Why? Maybe I can get Ryan to assemble my son's birthday present.
$55, what can it, a gaming chair? How is there a full chair in here for $55? It's pretty heavy. All right. I mean, it's honestly pretty shocking just because we import quite a bit of stuff and I know how much it costs to get something that weighs this much from China over here. And with container fees tripling recently, something like this probably costs like $20 to get over here, just shipping. And then when you're talking about paying for the packaging, paying for the labor, paying for the shipping, it's actually pretty amazing that they can even get you a chair for this price. Base is actually pretty heavy. Hardware pack. Looks like it's been opened and reused, taped on the back. Hopefully, hopefully we've got everything we need there. Looks like he's got us the classic racer. This is an actual racing bucket gaming chair for $55. How is this even possible? I'm gonna take all this stuff out, see what we've got in the box. One last thing in the box looks like it's the mech. Unfortunately, we do have to assemble the mech, which is kind of a bummer. Just another thing that you have to screw on there. A lot of times this will come pre-installed. This looks like a really cheap mech, about the cheapest one that you're gonna find. You can tell by these paddles and this cheap plastic here. But as expected, this thing's only $55, but I can tell you that just from the material that you're getting, I mean, the fact that there's actually a chair here is incredible. These remind me of the GT Racing arms. Looks like they're not gonna have much adjustment there. Racer back with a pillow. Looks like it might be a little bit short. This might be a smaller chair. We'll get it together and find out. That's actually kind of a nice touch there. They don't have the multicolor, but a little bit different upholstery there. Give it a little bit of that gamer look. Instructions. Not great. No words, one page. I can already tell that this isn't gonna be a great one to assemble. I've put together probably around a dozen gaming chairs, and we'll say most are like this, where you have a ton of parts, some bad assembly instructions to go off of, and you're kinda just going on your own. What is this? Ah, okay. That's what that plate is for. So this is definitely some of that cheap PU leather that will flake. You can actually see, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that on camera, but you can kind of see that glimmering and shimmering there. That's like, this is the type of PU leather that you'll see that'll literally flake because it's not great against moisture. So this is the problem with the assembly. I don't know what screws they are because they're not marked. And so this is the challenge. You gotta do some guesswork to figure out what hardware goes where. I literally do not know which screws to use. All right, backrest is on the seat. I think you can just use either arm on either side. The guys filming let me know that I assembled the chair wrong, most likely, and that's why we've got such a massive gap here. And this kind of just goes to show that even if you've assembled a dozen gaming chairs, if you're given instructions this crappy, there's a good chance that you're gonna screw it up. And so unfortunately, we gotta go back and redo this. So we'll speed it up quick, we'll fix it, and we'll get back to this point in a second.
2 hours later.
We're back. Armrest 2, here we go. Easy things left, base, cylinder, casters. All right, locked in. Ooh, okay, so I'm out of breath. That means that this chair took a lot of work. Overall, assembly kind of a pain in the butt just because the lack of information on the hardware and where everything should go. But when I knew where it went actually went together fairly easy. I mean, comfort-wise, it's not gonna be great. The seat and back aren't super comfortable. Similar to most gaming chairs. The armrests are probably gonna be the biggest downside just because they're super hard plastic and adjust absolutely zero. What do we got for adjustments? What is this? Back angle, independent back angle. So you can lock it anywhere you want, that's nice. What else do we got? Seat height, pretty low range. Not a very tall range, maybe 5'3" to 5'11", 6 foot, something like that. Where's the Does this thing not tilt? This thing has 0 tilt. This is one of the only chairs I've ever seen that has 0 tilt. As expected, straight plastic. What do we got? All right, so not gonna lie, this isn't what I was expecting. So you got the wood core, and then you've got 1, 2, 3 layers, 4 layers. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 potential layers of this really cheap, like styrofoam, almost like packaging. More cheap foam, more cheap foam. So you literally have 7 layers. So you go cheapest to not as cheapest. All right, so we're starting to find out why it's only $55. Still pretty incredible that you get a full chair, but obviously pretty low quality components. Pretty thin. Definitely not thicker gauge steel. What do we got? Some more thin steel. Actually a metal frame in there. I mean, it's super thin, but I mean, this is a metal frame. Not necessarily what I would consider to be high quality foam there. But if you don't like having color on the outside, you can put it on the inside and you're good. So you can see this is how they do the back frame. Super thin steel, some pretty shoddy welds there. Just a lot of low-end components, which, I mean, it's to be expected, but still pretty amazing that this thing is $55. All right, so in conclusion, the chair isn't the best that you're gonna get for your money, but at the end of the day, it's probably the best.
Dude, why? It was a joke. That was for my son's birthday. I just wanted you to assemble it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.